Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Wednesday morning, where first off, overnight forecast models doing a terrible job with the thunderstorm activity that we had. Most had just a couple of spotty showers. We got some heavy rainfall last night, earlier this morning, right in this area here, and there are still ongoing thunderstorms as of the time of this recording in parts of York and especially Seward and Lancaster County and Saunders and Butler County. Right in here, some pretty good rain falling, more frequent lightning right in here. So we're not done with the rain yet, but there are also, of course, clouds. We even have a few clouds left around the Grand Island Hastings area. So this is going to be sweeping out of here in the next couple of hours. We'll get back to plenty of sun, breezy south winds, and hotter temperatures out there for the day today. We'll look to the northeast for any thunderstorm opportunities tonight. Most of it will stay to our east over in Iowa, maybe clipping by far northeast Nebraska. But again, the majority of us are going to miss out on anything. Really, it's going to be a mild night ahead of us. Another day of hot weather tomorrow, breezy south winds again. A few more clouds Thursday night and Friday morning. Chance of rain's low. It's not zero, but it is low. I did take it out of the forecast for both the Tri-Cities and for North Platte. That said, maybe North Platte a 10% chance here, but we're likely to stay dry through Friday morning. But as we get into Friday afternoon and evening, that's when things will turn more interesting. And in fact, I'm going to go into my editor mode real quick here because I think this model does go out through 7 o'clock on Friday, just to give an idea of what we're going to be looking at. So this is my camera's going to be gone for a little bit here, but I did want to fast forward to Friday morning here and can show you what potentially could be happening as we get into Friday afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms firing up. We may get a little isolated activity over central and eastern areas, but most of it's going to develop to the west and then push eastward into the evening hours. So this could, and this is as far out as this model goes. It only goes through 7 p.m. Friday until the next update comes out later this morning. So this gives you a general idea of how things might play out on Friday. Again, and these forecast models aren't perfect. They don't get it exactly right, but it gives you an idea that we could see thunderstorms developing, then pushing eastward. May interrupt your 4th of July plans, at least for a time. I don't think that it's going to rain the entire day or the entire afternoon, evening. But again, at times, some places could have to deal with some thunderstorms, maybe a little severe weather. Right now, the Storm Prediction Center only has us under a general thunderstorm chance. I think they'll eventually upgrade to at least a marginal risk of severe storms for Friday, but as of right now, we're looking at just a chance of thunderstorms. So we'll see how things play out. In my opinion, I think there should be at least a small chance of severe weather. All right, looking at your highs for today, we're going to be, actually, before we even get to that, I just skipped a graphic here. Northeast Nebraska included in a marginal risk for this evening tonight. Most of us will not deal with severe weather. Now on to highs for today. Low to mid 90s for most of us, but perhaps a couple of sneaky upper 90s, especially in southwest Nebraska, parts of the Panhandle, maybe even up around Valentine. So it's going to be a hot day out there for today. The zone forecast for today, looking at some of the smaller communities around, you can see a lot of heat on the way here. If this graphic takes a little while to come, there it is. Storm chances are done for most of us, other than eastern Nebraska. Low mid 90s, maybe even upper 90s. Bankelman 98 later today, 95 Grant, 97 Trenton, 93 on Holdridge and Kearney, Loop City. Again, still some ongoing thunderstorm activity east central and southeast Nebraska yet this morning, but eventually skies will be clearing up. Low and mid 90s for high temperatures in northeastern areas. Low and mid 90s. Again, maybe still some leftover thunderstorms right in here, but we're drying things out in the next couple of hours. So again, high heat out there for today. We're down into the 60s and low 70s tonight for lows. So it's going to be a mild night ahead of us tomorrow. Still most of us back above 90 degrees for another day on Thursday. Thursday night and a Friday morning, a mild night in the upper 60s and low 70s, a very mild night. And then we look ahead to your Friday, cooling down, but it's going to be very muggy. As we see highs mostly in the 80s, so not quite as hot, but it's going to be muggy. So you'll still be sweating it out there for the 4th of July. Friday night for fireworks, 60s, low 70s, but again, chances of storms. And then Saturday, it heats back up and it's going to be humid as well. So hot and humid conditions with less of a chance of rain during the day on Saturday, upper 80s and low to mid 90s. Looking at the long range forecast, it looks like we're going to get into more of an active weather pattern as we get into next week. Even this weekend chances, but next week it keeps going here. We'll cool down slightly Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Temperatures or thunderstorm chances are there, mostly evening and overnight. Some decent chances of rain and thunderstorms in the long term, and those temperatures kind of settle into the mid and upper 80s, which is pretty much close to average for this time of the year. So again, 2 toasty days, and then maybe another one on Saturday. A little cooler but humid on 4th of July, and then temperatures pretty close to average. Very, very warm, but not hot as we get into next week. Looking at the forecast for the extended forecast for North Platte, lots of sun the next couple of days. 40% chance of thunderstorms Friday afternoon. I've kind of been back and forth on a 40 or 50% chance there for Friday afternoon. I think they may clear out by the evening hours, small chance in the evening, and then later in the night they're done. Heating back up Saturday, cooling down a little bit Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, back into the mid and upper 80s with those off and on chances of rain and thunderstorms as we keep the active weather going into most of next week, but we settle into right around average highs for this time of the year. Now, long range, so this is including those final 3 days there, the 9th, 10th, and 11th, all the way through the 15th of the month. The Climate Prediction Center putting us in that below average category. They are hinting at the potential of a closed low pressure system stalling out over the middle of the country, producing chances of rainfall, but also keeping our temperatures down into the middle of the month. We'll see. That's a long ways out yet. Things can change, but it does have us in the above average precipitation category as well. NAM model here real quick. We'll jump ahead to Friday. Again, there's our thunderstorm chances Friday night, into Friday night, lingering to early on Saturday. We have more chances down the road, though, often as we get into next week. But I am all out of time, so I want to thank you, everybody, for watching on this Wednesday morning. I'll be back with you on Thursday morning with all the latest. Until then, take care, and God bless. Bye.